That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. This is where all the raza comes and hangs at. Chicanos, Mexicanos. I appreciate you guys more than you know for taking some little bit of time of your pinche vida to come and chill in my pinche vida, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through some formalities, and we got a topic that we're gonna talk about tonight. I was just reading the chat right now, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, okay, we are gonna open up the phone line, so I'll add the phone lines in the banner. I'm gonna try to put it like in the beginning and in the end. I know sometimes I put a long ass banner, and then you guys have to wait to read a whole paragraph to get to the phone number in. So I'm gonna do that right now. So let me just do some housekeeping, and then I'll put the phone number in the beginning of the banner. Let me see. Here it is. As I forget these pinchy numbers. That's what it is. 240. 4328. All right. This is the queja line or whatever you want to call it, man. Queja line, party line. I don't know what you guys want to call it, man. Hold on. Queja line. Jeez. Chicanos, man. Gracias to all the day oneers. Gracias aside everyone aside the members only. The members only already know who they are. The day oneers don't mind a little bit of change to show their support, and they get the one-on-one access to all the content creators, series of fighting, the first Chicano fight league, period. I mean, no one else is putting on fights, so we're not just limited to YouTube. We're doing TikTok fights. We're doing IG fights. We're doing fucking Snapchat fights. We're doing influencer fights. You know what I mean? So that's already going on. And all right, there it is. So now it's on the banner. All right, rubber meets the road. And then what was the last thing? Some more housekeeping. All the day oneers, every one of the members only, all the Chicano channels, and all the Chicano pages. All right. Real quick. Oh, yeah, that backdrop in. And then now, without further ado, my brother from another mother, we have Alfonso Gomez. How are you, my brother?
Testing 1, 2, and 3. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're good, my brother. You just hit the red carpet right now. The Chicano red carpet.
We hit the brown carpet.
That's right. We got ALGs in the Casa Si Se Puede. I think this is a good, me and you, cabron, being on this live, talking about these topics. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, a series, right? Series?
Yeah.
This is Ceres all the way to Salinas.
Series by Modesto right here, right down the street. C-Town Series, 209 area code, Central Valley, and Salinas is about 2 hours away.
So let me ask you this then, mi hermano. Thank you again for joining me. Let's go ahead and just get straight into it. Are you in tune to the farm workers in your community?
I want to start this off by saying thank you, Mikey, for allowing me to chit-chat with you. I do not in no way represent or speak for the United Farm Workers. I do not in no way speak for the Cesar Chavez community, but I am very passionate about this community. I have been involved in the marches. I was called to do the Cesar Chavez prayer in September at the 40-acre compound, which was the first time that it ever happened. It was a car show by the car club called Si Se Puede Car Club. Shout out to my brother Andrew. And they asked me to go out there, and it's going to be something that's going to be going on. So I am not a representation because there is a lot of legal terms behind that. I literally had to change my name from Si Se Puede to Si Se Pudo. And I don't really want to get into that right now. I did it out of the respect to the family. And sometimes you don't know what you're doing on YouTube. There's trademarking. There's a lot going on. And I got reached out to by a grandson, and I respected it, you know. So we're here, and this is a topic, man, that is buzzing. This is a topic that's buzzing. This is a topic, and I come with full respect. I know that the 12th man, like, you know, the Seattle Seahawks got the 12th man in the crowd, and that's what the chat is, the 12th man. Like, you guys are the smartest people. Like, you guys are gonna call it out. You guys are gonna do that, and we need that, but let's give each other a shot to really just like share our hearts and talk about things, man.
Good stuff, man. Si Se Pudo podcast, my brother Alfonso. The people want people that are in tune with the community. The people are tired of having people talk to them that have never even been in their shoes, aren't like them, etc. There's a little bit more of a connection. So you are in tune with the farm working community of Seres Modesto. Is that correct?
Yes, I support it. It pulses in my heart. I was a part of AB 2183, and I did march to next to Paul Chavez, which is Cesar Chavez's son, not because it was meant to be. Like, somehow I ended up next to him. And I also, like, a lot of you guys don't know, but like when my grandfather died, right? When my grandfather died, he left me some seeds, of seeds that he collected over the years, and I also own a ring that belonged to Cesar Chavez. So there's a lot to this, man. There's a lot to just me just saying, oh, Cesar Chavez, or Si Se Puede, or the United Farm Workers, because a lot of people that are watching from out of state. They're watching from big cities. We're from the Central Valley of California, man. An agricultural, like, booming, so much money involved right here with farmers, with farming and immigration, dude. Let's be honest. There's a lot going on, and we have to get to it, Mikey.
Yeah, we're gonna get to it. I was leading up to us being from certain sections of California. Do you agree when I say, and again, representations of people and all that? No, absolutely not. More. Look how we represent ourselves. Not really well on video and audio, but I've learned in politics, it's more than that. It's paperwork, it's documents, it's
Yes.
boots in the ground. We'll talk about an initiative that me and my wife started last night off of the story to that. But let me ask you this then. What are you hearing in the community over there as far as since Monday, 9 a.m. West Coast time, uh, 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 9 a.m. East Coast time, 12 o'clock West Coast time? We got a new president in the office. What's the atmosphere? Has there been a lot of listening to the TV? Has the TV played a factor in all that? What are you hearing?
Honestly, I've heard a lot of things going on in Stockton. I heard a lot of things going on in Stockton. I'm hearing that ICE is out there, and I hear that, there's a lot of people worried. In Fresno, I've heard a lot of Fresno going on, a lot of things going on out there, because a lot of times you don't need a whole army. Somebody wearing a vest that says ICE, and the word just travels like flames, man, like in dry grass. And I think what's going on right now, I don't even think we really have an idea how serious it's about to get, man. I think that the United States military and the National Guard and the Border Patrol and ICE, we have Donald Trump that stepped into office, and you don't understand when you have a leader like Donald Trump, the United States military, everybody is going to be ready, man. And that's what's happening, my brothers and sisters. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. A lot. It's about to happen. It's going to affect the Central Valley. But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Should it happen a long time ago? Why has it been so delayed of really, like, getting to this point of, like, order? We had a time where everything was out of order, bro. There were cities being burnt down. There was a lot going. Nobody liked that. And now that there's going to be order, nobody likes that. So it's really like, what world do you want to live in? Obviously we are brown. Obviously we are Mexican American. I have a Mexican American flag tatted on me, right? And in life you go through phases. In life you go through identities. In life you go through a lot, bro. And coming into this country, first generation, both parents legal, bro. And I say that respectfully. But it's like landing here, first generation. We're one of those guys, Mikey, that we're like I don't want to compare it to the Zoot Zooters. Like, we're people that are going to be unheard of in the future, bro. First generation
Mm.
people born here. They canceled birthrights.
Mm.
Wow, what does that mean, bro? What about if there's a woman pregnant right now? What about if there's a woman that literally, like, how is that going to work out?
They're gonna just print a new label, I guess, on the birth certificate. I don't know. I know that's another issue we're gonna get to tonight. My brother from another mother, but we got Si Se Pudo podcast in the casa. I want to also show you some IG. We're gonna look at IG tonight to see some of the media that's getting shared out there. That way we could put it on the table,
Yeah.
dissect it, chop it down, cut it up 100 different ways, and give it to the people, but uncut and objectively. I'll tell you a story real quick on the live. Again, everyone that's in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Do me a favor, just hit that like right there. The phone lines, it's already inside the banner. If anyone got anything to say, I know we're just literally just hopped on a minute ago and are warming up. But anything that we're saying right there at the bottom, anyone wants to pull a source, wants to pull some P dubs, wants to cite a source that wants to read an article.
Yeah.
We did the immigration town hall. I appreciate your support on that también. I heard you talking about it. I heard you saying again, no one else is doing what we're doing here, and that's why we do it, cabrón.
Bro, I learned a lot off that situation, even though it was like a bunch of roosters thrown in a bathroom, respectfully. Like I learned that in America, bro, everybody has a right to feel the way they feel. There's a lot of layers to our culture. When you say our culture, it's not like any other culture, bro. You got Mexican Americans, you got Chicanos, you got Latinos, you got so many varieties of people that are in this country that it was always ours, and then you got the mega people, which I'm a mega guy, bro. I'm a mega guy. Like I believe in Donald Trump. I believe in making America great again. I believe in making the blackbird, the Huelga bird, great again. I believe in that. I think that if Cesar Chavez was alive, what he was preaching in those days, and I'm not gonna say the words he said, but involved immigration. It involved territorial like protection and securing our grounds and borders. He would probably sound like what they're talking about right now, and a lot of people would say, oh yeah, he brought so much division. But there was a time where in the farms there was only English being spoken, and then they broke the barriers, they broke the contracts. He had over 200 contracts, and they handed him over to another union, bro. And it's like that's why he was so frustrated. And I honor the man. I do, man. I This is the people that climbed a mountain in our territories, bro. And I know that we evolve, bro. As people, we have to evolve, and as raza, we have to evolve. And it's like, okay, you're gonna have the mega guys, you're gonna have the raza guys, you're gonna have the Chicano guys, you're gonna have the immigration, get them out of here, and then don't get them out of here. And okay, how can we honestly like have a civil conversation without like wrecking, like, bro, it takes a lot to talk. Like when that town hall meeting, I think every guy that was there was meant to be there, and every single guy that was there has a powerful voice. But how can we construct instead of destruct?
I see you. I feel you. Wayward Son said, he said, if America's a melting pot, why are we the only ones melting?
I
What do
know
you think
that
about
man right there, he's an indigenous
and
guy.
and Cholo Trucker also said when the gavachos refer to the brown, us, the raza people as just the ones that is picking fruit and mowing people's lawns, that is wrong. You think
Yeah,
that's wrong?
it is. It is. We got so much potential. And I'm gonna tell you there's a difference between the American illegal immigrant here and the Mexican people working. Because I tell you one thing, I know people building 3-story houses in Mexico. I know people building 2-story houses. They don't work like the Mexicans out here. There's two different type of Mexican American. You want to call them illegals? You want to call them people looking for a better way? Like, dude, Mexico's gonna gain some great employees, but what is this without why is the United States not fast tracking these people that are here already, like they did to the Ukraine people, and like get this done, man? Like if they're legit and they've been here, there's a way to fast track. I know people that work in the Social Security office, and they're stamping and they're stamping and they're stamping $2,000 like food coupons for people from over there, and that's a lot of money, bud. You know, that's a lot of money, but there's a lot that goes into. Go ahead, Mikey. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bud.
No, not at all. I'm saying you're painting a pretty much picture that there's almost like two camps here, man. There's a camp that wants the raza to advance and prosper and be given all the opportunities. And it sounds like there's another camp that doesn't want that, that is going to end up because of their mentality just set back and is looking to point the finger. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's
On
easy
why
to
they
put.
don't get ahead?
Yeah, it's more of a and that's what I'm understanding. Even with the town hall meeting, even with all that happened and all the controversy and all the wildness, I was like, you know what, dude? Being an American is not a skin color. It's a state of mind, bro. You got to be like a giraffe, bro. I'm a giraffe, dog. I don't have my head in the ground. I see far. I want to see further. I want to dream. And that's what Trump said. He goes, one thing about it, and I can say it firsthand, bro. I lived in South America, Colombia in 2001. I know it was a long time ago, and I almost got deported from Colombia, bro. Not because I was an illegal, but because I was an American that only could be there 6 months. So there's other countries too, man, that are deporting people, bro. You can't just pull up to a country and think that you're gonna post up there and be there forever and live your life there, man. I was in Colombia. I had to get out of there 5 months and 3 weeks. I had to fly home, and then I went to Brazil. But it wasn't like there's other countries that, oh, United States is the only one deporting. But I don't know, man. I think law and order is important. Yeah, it's sad, but I'm tired of being in my feelings, bro. I'm tired of being in my feelings. I've been in my feelings all my life. I've been fighting so many battles that ain't mine. I'm sorry. The immigration issue, I don't have
Mm.
to deal with that in my house. But do I have a heart for the people? Of course. My dad was a pastor, bro. I grew up in a Spanish speaking church. They're talking about going into churches. They're talking about I don't know if it's propaganda. I don't know
We're
if
gonna
it
get to
is
that.
or not, man, but
Yeah, we're gonna
it's
get to
like
that.
okay.
No, absolutely. We're gonna get to that, man. Gracias to everyone that's in the chat, man. Norby's in the casa, man. That's right, you guys. Again, this is a conversation that needs to be had. We make up the largest percentage of farm workers in California, my region and your region. Do you agree with that statement?
I know so, bro. We see the mountains, we see the almond trees fruiting every year. We could tell what season it is by the when we drive to work. We see the farmers working in the morning. These big city people don't know nothing about that. I say that respectfully. Every morning I see the lights on in fields and ripping in Manteca in certain areas. I'm going to work and I'm praying for those people. I'm like, man, better life for you guys. Everybody's chasing the American dream. But it's coming to a different level of we're entering a new world, man. We're entering a new world, buddy.
Yeah. What do you think about this statement right here? Illegal is illegal, period. Do it the right way.
I mean, at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, right? I think we've all failed if we have family that's been illegal and now they're getting deported. They've been here for 20 years. Like, why didn't we help them? Why didn't we put in on their lawyer? Why weren't we fighting the good fight for our people, our families, our friends? I have family, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I have family that left. They packed up and left, bro. And these are people that never got a ticket in their life that are I'm going to miss them so much. They're so beautiful people, but they're like it's too bad. It's
They had it better off.
30 years later like I'm going home,
O
and
sea,
I'm like,
they had it better off in Mexico, and because the crushing weight of the
yeah.
financial situation, they decided to go back where life is simpler.
Yeah, well, they haven't been there in 30 years and respectfully I say that I'm not going to say no names, but there's people that have been here on good terms, bro. I understand that immigration and illegal people and terrorism are braided nowadays. And people might get mad and say, "Oh yeah, bro." Nah, bro. You know how many people have died and I don't know if I could say drugs or the stuff they're bringing this way. You know how many people I buried people, bro. I buried my friends' children. I buried people with shovels at funerals. Like I had to go through that where it's like, man, this is an epidemic, bro. This is an attack on American soil, bro. And people might say, it's funny how a lot of times Mexican people, there was a time where Mexico was on a mafioso level and then it turned into a cartel level. We didn't grow up in the cartel. Our people were like business people, car lot people, and yeah, some people were involved in the mafioso life, but then it turned into something else, brothers and sisters, and then it just got so bad. And Trump's going to go over there and clean that up. They're going to do Mexico a favor, bro, and they're going to get mad, and people are going to say they're just trying to invade Mexico, bro. They're just passing these terrorist things because they're able to go in and do what they do in Iraq. But there's a lot of politics. But let me
Cálmate,
tell you
güey.
what.
Cálmate. Okay, don't go ahead and say that Trump is gonna go over there. You almost sound like an invasion is happening, cabrón. Cálmate.
Well, some people have
No
some people have
invasion.
told
No
me that
invasion is
from
happening.
Mexico. They told me they're like,
The
bro, I
president
don't
of
know what you're doing
Mexico,
there.
she's already making comments. she's making comments, but even the president of Mexico said this on a statement. It's out on the internet. Anyone can
Yeah.
search it if they
I'm not saying he's
if they
invading, brother, but
uh
there's
Claudia
there
Scheinbaum says they're already, like other countries, waiting to receive people. But she even said in front of the camera, there's not a lot that you think we're receiving. Other countries are going to receive a whole
yeah.
lot more than Mexico. Again, I'm just saying that as a statement of fact, not trying to get anyone's panties in a bunch. But Claudia Scheinbaum says, yeah, we're like other countries ready to receive people back, but we're not the brunt of who's going to get the most people. It's other countries. I just
It's
wanted to
gonna
put that out
I,
there. These are facts coming from a president in the pulpit before people say I just fabricate things out of thin air. Go ahead.
no, honestly, it's gonna I think right now it's gonna ramp up. Like everybody knows that like tension on the compound, tension in the world, like it's tension right now. Things are gonna change financially. Donald Trump has man, he's changed a lot of things already, bro. He's changed. There's no more federal employees gonna get hired for who knows how long. So if you guys are federal employees, which I am, and I'm proud of it, I serve my country in the low capacity that I do. Go to work, do your job, honor your job, and get your job done, man, because who knows what this is going to turn into. And also, like the birthrights. Okay. What about when you marry a woman that is not a citizen? How is that going to
Talk
work?
about
Does one have to be a citizen, the other one no?
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the birthrights, you guys. Let's keep it in context, just be one point at a time. Let's hang on this one and clear the whole thing through. Let's talk about birthrights. Um, First off, it's funny how the people that are getting upset about birthrights are like, I don't know, it's kind of like wanting to backdate something because we're talking about future moving forward, what the babies are going to be categorized at, right? On the birth certificates. It's funny, but anyways, in the majority of the world, when I researched it, and might as well just pull up some numbers, over 70% of other countries do not give birthright citizenship.
Wow.
And yeah, and the main logic is, hey, they have no lineage, no heritage, no ancestry, no relatives, no ties, as is the case for passerbyers, tourists, etc. Right? Whatever it is, there's nothing. This is why there's a majority consensus. So if people are just passing through, they're not gonna label them on their birth certificate that they're from that country. Do you think the main issue with that is people see they flock to America because if you can become an American, you can get a free lunch?
Possibly, bro. And who's going to be answering those signatures? Is ICE going to be there now in the hospitals when people are signing the birth certificates? Is it going to be an immigration issue right off top? Like, is a dad going to be able to come in and sign and show his paperwork? Is going to get that critical? It might, bro. It might. I mean, obviously, there's allegedly there's things that I've heard where people pay 40, 50,000, get married for 2 years, allegedly, and become a citizen later on, and there's probably a lot of that that's gone on throughout the decades, bro. People come here and pay for their citizenship, and that's gonna end. There's gonna be a crackdown on so many levels, and the reality is that this is a time that we have to evolve with the times. If you stay in the same state of mind as when you're 15, when you're 44, you're not headed in the right direction. To succeed in life, you have to go with the times. You have to change with the times, not change your core being, your soul, what you're about. Bro, I grew up in Christian churches, all Spanish speaking, like people that walked from El Salvador all the way over here and that got deported and like I've heard so many stories. I've been around that all my life, and I know it's gonna hurt a lot of situations, bro. And it does hurt because what do you do? Go to the Catholic Church as
Mm.
a refuge, go inside of the Catholic Church. What is the Catholic Church going to do for you? What is the church going to do for you? Right now, nobody could do nothing, bro. It's out of our hands. We should have helped when we had the time and the chance to help the brothers get legalized through law and lawyers, but nobody wants to contribute. Now they're gonna clean the system. It's gonna be ugly. It is heartbreaking, but like I said, man, I'm tired of being in my feelings in life, bro. I'm tired of like my life is my wife, my wife is amazing, my kids, my everything's okay. Like I'm not trying to be like bulletproof outside of my world. I it, I don't want nobody's family to to get destroyed, bro. But I
How long?
learned one thing. I learned one thing in life. When life is falling apart, sometimes that's when life is falling into place, bro. And who
Mm,
knows? They came to this country, they learned about Jesus. A lot of these Catholics didn't know about Jesus. They came over here, bro, and they got converted. And there's a lot to that whole like migrating, bro, religion wise.
that's true. It'll affect you, right? What country that you're in.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I appreciate everyone that's already tuning in. We're going to get to as many questions as we can. Tonight, I'm joined by mi hermano from Ceres, California. My region, his region, make up the majority of all farm workers. If anyone knows what's going on with the community, it should be these two that are right on your screen right now. I wanted to play something to you. What do you think about people say they're putting out memes and it's lightweight, calling for putting hands on people or something a little bit extreme? I don't agree with it, but I wanted to show you it. And I'm like, man, I think there's a fine line. I think there's a
Yeah.
fine line, and I don't think this is the line that people should be at right here. What do you think about this?
I think that the internet, bro, there's no gloves on the internet. There is no gloves on. I think the internet is gonna tell you the truth in a brutal way, in the most brutal way. But I think that people like feel comfortable being behind a screen. And if that's the way you want to present yourself, carry yourself, you
Mm,
know, I want to be a person that encourages, inspires, and empowers people, man. I really, really do, man. I know, come on, man. We all been through a lot. Some of us our lives have died 2, 3 times. Like we've been through stuff where it's like we thought we lost it all. And why do we want to continue to like bring pain upon people? If that's your get down, go right ahead, man. I'm here to encourage, inspire, and empower. I'm not here to fight those type of battles, man. Like
it was
putting people down.
MLK Day on Monday,
I
and
know.
he brought that word that was like, by the time you have to fight with your hands, you already lost.
Yeah.
You
What
weren't
what what a
smart enough.
classy man. What a classy man,
You
man,
weren't
for real.
smart enough. You weren't strong enough to lead your family. Sure enough, weren't good enough to lead a group of people. But when you did that, you already lost. Damn, that convicted a lot of us. No.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, bro. I mean, MLK, you know, he's probably one of the most classiest civil leaders that ever like did a presentation on a microphone. There was other aggressive leaders that might have went off the hinges a little bit out of passion and emotion and frustration, you know. But that's why we are who we are. Everybody has a different way to protest. That's one thing about the USA. Like if you want to be protest for the Chicanos, if you want to protest for the Latinx, or you want to protest for the Latinos, or you want to protest for, there's so many layers to us, bro. It's so complicated, more than any other race, I believe, man. Because we're right here. This is we're right here, bro. Like in my case, and we talk about immigration, right?
Yeah, we're on
My my
immigration.
my grandma, my great great grandmother was from Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Mm.
And when my grandma she was pregnant with my grandmother, she got deported in that illegal, like, get everybody out of here, right? And then my grandma went to Halos and was born. My dad was born over there, but we were already established here, bro. We were already in America. What country is going to be called New Mexico? It's like, I understand there's a lot of complications to names and history, and everybody could say our native brothers, respect to all you guys have the biggest fight in this, because man, there's so many fights, man,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but we're not in those times. We're in a time. I've met and been around Wounded Knee. He was the Native American ambassador, bro. This guy was the most powerful man I ever met. He prayed for Dolores Huerta.
Mm.
And I've been around preachers. I've been around powerful men of God, and I will never ever say compare those two. But when I was around this native Indian man, when he started praying, he told everybody, turn your cameras off. This is a sacred native Indian prayer. And I was like 3 feet away from him. I felt
The
I
power.
didn't I didn't come out
He
of there
felt
the
heaven.
same, dog. I didn't come out of there the same. I said, there's something massive
He
going
he
on around
prayed
these native
another
Indians.
dimension. He prayed another dimension down on you.
Yeah, these native
You felt
Indians, there's something special, man.
There's something special. Norby says this. He says you also have to understand there is not a lot of immigration judges to rush these cases. The government only allows a handful of judges, which is why so many people that have a fight legally have blank. He didn't finish it. That's true. And when they closed the app at the border, they closed the app, right? They closed the border app. There's so much misinformation. One thing I want to clarify right now, if we can accomplish a couple of things, at least let's clarify some myths. When they closed that app at the border, that didn't stop everyone that already had their little ID cards and visas and passports a la pata, que cruzan la pata. They just go beep and they cross over. Mexicali got a whole new linea. I do know that, under 45. That didn't stop that. So they were making videos of the people that they basically were allowing anyone to cross the border as long as they registered. Again, whether you think that's right, whether you think that's wrong, I'll leave that up to the Razas court. But this is the fact. They stopped the app, so there was hundreds of thousands of people, most of them not Mexican, that were crossing over every single day. So again, I understand it disrupted their life, but most Mexicanos already had it set up where they were crossing over. What do you think about that, Si Se Pudo?
Honestly, I think that the internet. I don't think nobody should ever be able to shut down the internet, man. I think it's like I think it's something so important, man, because there is people that have been lost at the border, bro. There's people that I don't know, man. Who knows what happens over there? There's probably like so many areas there where so many lives were lost, and who knows what happened. I'm not saying that this side did it or anything like that, but I remember a guy I grew up with, bro. He got deported, and he texted me at 11 o'clock at night like 3 years ago, and he's like, I'm crossing the border, Chops, can you pray for me? And he crossed the border, and I woke up my wife, and I was like, God, this guy's coming over here, honey. I don't know what he's thinking. Like, and I prayed for him, and he ended up dying that night, bro. He ended up dying. And there's a lot of people, like, I've been in situations, bro, like where it's like, man, weird situations, man, that I experienced the other side's kind of like bloodshed, you know,
Crazy,
like
crazy.
firsthand, bro, firsthand. And it's a horrible feeling. I think that the military, I believe Trump sent 1,500 soldiers. Awesome. Send more. Send more. We need order. We need order, brothers and sisters. We're not see we have a complex where a lot of us grew up in the cholo gang, California, thugging it like culture, and immigration has nothing to do with that culture. We have our own identity that we're looking for, bro. We think, oh, I'm tatted up in the cops and I don't want to pass a drug test. Like we grew up with these circumstances, bro. And not anymore. But now we're older. Now we're men. We are established. But now when we're young, we thought we were not a part of this system, bro. And immigration is something totally different. I think it ruffles feathers because they think we're talking about us. In a way they are because our people, I understand. I'm not being cold-hearted
Do you
towards
think
that.
that matters? Like, oh, I don't want to hear that vato because does it matter? I mean, I was doing a live the other day, and I forgot Miss Chicano too got in the comment section, and she mentioned my parents' immigration status. Right? She said my mom, which my mom had papers. You know what I mean? She was a citizen. Her favorite president was Reagan, etc. And Pops, no, he had INS issues, but someone had commented, "Oh, you shouldn't even comment because you got lucky or this and this and that." Does that matter?
I think if what we're living now was then, it would matter. But we didn't live that. There was different times, bro. It was different times, like birthrights were still existence. We're gonna be a part of like another generation of like, bro, we're the first generation. I'm first generation born here, bro, and I love this country. I am proud to be an American. I am a giraffe, bro. I see farther than just skin color, like state of mind, like slave mentality. I don't think like that, bro. This is a land of opportunity, and if you think that the government is after you, if you I'm sorry, my brothers and sisters, you got to grow your neck into a giraffe neck and see farther than what you're seeing because this is a land that everybody wants to come to. I've been to Europe. A lot of people from Europe wouldn't want to come over here. I'm not saying the United States is the best, but it's a great place. It's a great place. It really is.
Now,
You've
what do
been
you think
to
about? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I've been to other countries, cabron. Over there, they can't even eat. You can't even eat most of the stuff that they export. There's whole countries that don't even eat beef. When they see beef jerky, like I heard a pastor one time, he said fue a Cuba and he had some beef jerky in the thing, and when he pulled it out in a room full of Cuban pastors, they're all like almost like scared, and then even shedding tears, like a mixture of emotions, and we don't know what it is because we're in a country that you have the freedom.
I know.
Freedom. People
It
died
we
to give you
we truly
freedom,
do.
and we're in a country that they give you the freedom to feel how you feel. We get it off your chest. You want to get it off your chest, that's no problem. Get it off your pinchy chest, man. Here we are. But what I want to tap into tonight, obviously, it's the heartbeat, the pulse of the people, which is the field workers, the ones that are there, the ones that last night I had a conversation with my wife. She hit me with this. She said, you know what? My mom, who lives in a complex, my mother-in-law, she lives in a complex where it's 220 apartments, 220 units, okay? Right in the heart of East Salinas. Almost all 220, I say minus like maybe 5. I mean, that's how close it is, are all field workers. And they all talk to each other because, Mexicanos, obviously, most of them are from the same places, Michoacan, Jalisco, etc. There's an indigenous community too. But there's a single mom and she has children. And she went over to my mother-in-law's house. Now it's been 3 days watching nothing but the news. And
Yeah.
the news for the last couple days ain't been doing nothing positive. The news is nothing positive. If you didn't know this, I'll give you the nugget now. But 95% of the news is negative, or else it's just in our human nature to watch it. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. It's funny because today I turned on the TV and it was on CBS and it was about 11:30. I hardly turn on the TV, but I sat down. I said, I'm going to take a break before I go to Santa Cruz. And I turned it on and it was a soap opera. And the soap opera, you remember those soap operas, right? But the Güero ones, Days of Our Lives and something. We're so used to the Mexicano soap operas, they're slapping each other.
Dos mujeres,
Right,
un
they're slapping each other.
camino.
But because that's what we grew up with. We're Mexicanos. We grew up, our tias or our
Yeah.
wives, they're all
Yeah.
on fire. And it is what it is. But las güeras también, you should have seen like the camera zooming in. Yum. I was like, they're vicious too, man. They're vicious too.
Yeah.
But again, I want to tap into the community. There's fear mongering going on. Do you
Yes, there
agree or
is.
disagree?
Bro, the spirit of fear is like reigning in California right now. There's people scared, bro. I would imagine like everybody, you hear them whispering and talking at tables like this and that. They stop the birthright, and you're hearing and hearing and hearing, and everybody's like wow, man, like. And I don't want to say like I learned one thing. I'm learning one thing as a 44-year-old man. Like I'm learning that you have to mind your business, right? And when I say mind, I don't mean like not care. Mind. When you gold mine, you dig, right? You have to mind your family, your business. You have to. People have to establish themselves. Imagine how it feels to be illegal for 20 years and always. Do you know what kind of stress that is? I have a strong conscience, bro, where a little lie, I feel like I have to confess all the time to my wife and my kids and everybody. I'm like, I don't even like lying, bro. Like I have a strong conscience. And imagine going to a job, using a social, getting money, and then the government getting all your income taxes, and people might say, they don't want to look at that. But somebody was coming up on that. That was millions and billions and trillions. Who knows how much money? Maybe that's why they allowed it. But now it's a time of law and order. Now it's a time of establishing a new America. Do you want to be a part of it or do you want to hurt it? Do you want to feel like, okay, the farm workers are always going to be deep in my heart, bro. I got all the farm workers that did the marches, bro. Look.
Mm. Bam.
I don't know if you could see it, right?
Oh, I could see it.
They all signed my flag, bro. All the people that walk from Delano all the way to Sacramento in the AB 2183, even Paul Chavez, Andres Chavez, Alejandro Chavez, Dolores Huerta signed my flag. Everybody, even the guy that, bro, you
Damn.
don't understand. It means a lot to me. I understand.
Damn.
This is like a championship flag to me. Like, I don't forget. I don't forget and not care and say mega because I'm mega. I don't care about this. No, 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 no,
Let's
no,
talk
no, no,
about that.
no.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk.
No.
Let's deal with this argument. There's an argument out there. I want to ask you the question, and I want to see how you deal with this argument. You said right now a word that triggers a lot of people. You said illegal. If they're
Yeah.
illegal, there's a perspective out there saying us brown skin, we're not the illegal ones. What do you think about that?
Okay, we're gonna talk as adults, right? Like real talk. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you think of yourself or what you really think you deserve. It's what standings you're in, man. Look, if I apply for a job and I don't have the qualifications and I lie and I get in, I'm a liar. I don't deserve that job. And I understand there's hungry people coming to this country, bro. I'm not gonna not get that out of my heart also. But what battles are we gonna fight? Are we gonna fight the future of America, make America great, make America prosper, make a we could bring back the Bracero program, bro. That worked, bro. Maybe these people going back and
Yeah.
getting legalized. We
Oh, yeah.
obviously we don't want nobody to get deported. I wish they could fast track everybody and work it out. But this system, look, we came from a generation, bro, where we wasted all of us wasted about 20 years of our life. Now our kids are way smarter than us. Our kid, they might not have the heart we have, but they have way more brains. Our future of kids and children in America, Latino, Hispanic, Chicano, Mexican American, whatever they call themselves, like all these different brands of Latino, like our new generations that are coming behind, we wasted so much talent and heart in the streets, bro, trying to figure out a culture to identify as. But our children, dude, my kid gets straight A's. My other kid is super smart, the smartest kid in math. And I could tell my kid right now, my 11-year-old, what's 157,000 times 246, and he goes, hold on, dad. And I look at him, I'm like, are you serious, dude? You did not figure that out. How did you do that? How
But you
our
know what? We
children
didn't deal. No, we didn't really deal with the question directly. Okay, so how do you? Someone is bent on that. They're
Yeah,
not
go ahead.
gonna
I'm sorry.
move until something gets established or a negotiation or something gets agreed to. When they say no one that has indigenous roots to the land should fall under that law and system.
Do you have an indigenous number? There's people out there that have that. That goes deep, And I think what you're doing, Mikey, I heard a little bit
And the
about your
caller that we just missed your call, I'm gonna call you back right now. Caller, give me a second. I'm gonna call you back right now. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
like literally. I heard a little bit about of your live. I was on my lunch and I heard a little bit, and you're getting involved with what, Mikey? You're getting involved with politics and getting involved representing the farm workers in Monterey County. Like, what is going on over there? Is that something that you could talk about? Are you look, people? There's nobody coming to help us. There's nobody coming to change our communities. They're gonna get us out of here. What we have to do is we have to change. There is nobody coming. There's nobody coming. Guys with voices. I'm not the smartest guy. Mikey's a very smart guy. And you guys that are out there that we all want to snuff each other out and blow each other's candles out, like don't talk. We need voices, man. We need voices. All we want to do is give each other patadas de caballo. Boom, boom. We want to freaking patadas de caballo, bro. That's what we want to give each other. Big old horse kicks to each other. No, my brothers and sisters. We have to go past that. If you don't agree with Mega, it's your right. It's your right. If you're a soldier and served in the military and you don't believe in the American flag, that's your right. That's your right. If you're a Muslim, that's your right. If you choose a rainbow flag, that's your right. If you believe in the American flag, that's right. When you say you're a Christian or an American, like, dude, there's a thin line. But we're still here in this planet. We're still here on this earth, bro. We have to make a difference in our communities.
What do you think about unseating 4, 5, 6 high-ranking U.S. government officials for job performance, lack of very poor job performance, and finding out that there was a program called DEI that was hiring people based on how they looked and not if they were capable to perform the position. All five, six of them, again, just to keep it short and use a Chicano word, they look like chirujos, okay? Just to keep it short, okay? I mean, what do you think of that? Was that a good idea or was that a bad idea?
They need to eliminate any poor representation of the people immediately. I
And three
guarantee.
of them were in charge of the LA fire. Go ahead.
Oh, bro, California is a rebellious state, bro. California is one of the most rebellious states towards the United States government, bro, and the United States flag. They think we think that we could do our own thing. No, we can't do our own thing, man. We cannot do our own thing. These people that are going against the grind, that are going against progress, they need to be taken out of office immediately. You see what Donald Trump is doing, bro. I guarantee they want to deport people. They should be getting firing so many people in government, bro. Like I said, they put a freeze in government jobs. I told the people on my job, I go, dude, don't play around with your job, bro. Right now, you like those benefits? You like that? You like that, right? You better do what you're supposed to do at work. You better respect the company. I've always been somebody that respects work, bro. I've been taught to respect work. And that comes from my culture. That comes from being a Mexican American because, like I said, Mexico workers are not like American Mexican workers over here, bro. Over there, you might get them to work 4 hours, 6 hours. Over here, they'll work 18 hours.
Mm.
There's different type of workers, bro.
Jaime says we have to march. Órale. Chinga. The answer to everything is a marcha, cabrón. No, so this is what I'm doing. And then the caller, I'm gonna call you back right now. Again, the phone lines are open. You had mentioned something that came across my wife and mine's heart yesterday and said we got to do something. So this is what happened, cabron. I've been thinking about it because I really don't try to put more on my plate if I'm not going to be consistent and serious about that commitment. I'm a man of my word. And so I have to, analyze the situation and see, if I'm going to keep this thing, I'm going to keep this thing. Like this May, I got 10 years now going to the juvenile hall and the camp. And the reason I do that is just a small grain of sand, but that there's something in my heart for that. Now, this is to me a opportune time to finally bridge a gap of communication that's been lacking. That's been lacking between the farm working community and these agencies. There's no dialogue. There's no conversation happening from they're picking the fruits and vegetables to they're over here in vans and trucks scooping them up. There's no conversation. And if they're claiming these U.S. government agencies, state and federal, if they're claiming they want to practice clear and transparency, then what we want is to know certain things. The raza wants to know who is being targeted. Okay. The raza wants to know, well, they also want to know their rights. What rights do they have? And I think that's a good thing to have. So no one is trying to bridge it. Everyone, it's like Crips and Bloods. It's like Norteños and Sureños. The line is drawn.
Yeah.
And instead of trying to cross over there with my hand, saying we can support each other, we can make this right,
I'm
and
excited for you, Mikey.
stabilize the community, remove the fears. I don't care who comes up against me, neither. There'll probably be these influencers, and most of them are from our areas, because again, we have the most farm workers, my area, your area.
Yeah.
I don't care who comes against me if the raza is getting more money in their pocket.
Exactly. It
The
comes down to
people are winning no matter what you believe.
That's an American way, bro. Prosper and prosperity and make America great. Look, I got Alejandro Chavez to go on American Cholo's podcast years ago, right? And that is Cesar Chavez's son, grandson, bro. And he's involved deeply in the Democratic Party. And I wish it would have continued to go further than that, like conversations. But I'm gonna try to reach out. Maybe we can clip this later. And Andres Chavez. Those guys are the next generation, bro. It's really up to us, Mikey. Hey, how many of you guys in the chat would vote for Mikey, man? Oh, me. How many of you guys, man? We gotta, Mikey. You got so much on your plate. You got your family, your wife, your life, your business. All of us freaking savages over here, like filling up your schedule. But Man, I'm excited to see where you're gonna take this, man. You're taking it to the next level. Look,
And I was standing over mom's headstone before I came over here. I was standing over mom's headstone. I'm like, oh man, you're gonna like this. Now I'm gonna do another group because let's go ahead and get to what we're getting to last night. This is what
let's go.
happened last
Let's
night.
go, bud.
This came up last night. This was born. Okay, let me go ahead.
Yes.
This was born last night. Okay, let me just remove some things respectfully. That way we could read it. Okay, this is what you have to do in the world of trying to move the needle and really seeing results down in the community. Okay, there ain't no neighborhood council, ain't no city council. It's going to take joining the big dogs, sitting at the big boys table on a regional level, that now I'm involved. So ain't no turning back now. There ain't no turning back now. An immigration initiative now is proposed, and this is on the agenda for 210. And then I'll give you guys the update after it gets heard on 210. This is an immigration initiative. This is subject date yesterday, 1/20/125. Subject immigration and objectives. Immigration objectives. What the people want is clear transparency on what is happening, what is going to happen in the future in order to stabilize the communities. No one has brought this to the table. No one has even tried to do this. Maybe no one has gotten the vision, because not everyone's a Joseph, but it is what it is. From Mike and
Wow.
Christine Diaz, RNHA, care of Monterey County Farm Workers, the community. Chicano Tube YouTube podcast company to general public release in efforts to provide clarity on immigration practices throughout our Monterey County farm working community. We, Mike and Christine Diaz, lead this initiative on behalf of all Monterey County farm workers to ensure them that the RNHA supports them fully in their efforts to acquire transparency of policy practices with immigration agencies. How do you answer? How do you provide for questions that Raza has? Not by gaslighting them, not by brainwashing them, not by filling them with propaganda. It's just asking them when you see them, when you see, hey, I don't know, I'm worried, I'm nervous. You don't know what to expect because you don't know what's coming. And so we need clear transparency in communications. Here it goes.
Amen.
We will provide a bridge of communication between the Monterey County farm workers / contractors and the CBP Customs Border Patrol and ICE Immigration's Custom Enforcement in order to facilitate community communication of any information that is requested, needed to know, or not provided to farm workers in Monterey County.
In Monterey County, bro.
I can only talk about my region, but I don't mind traveling. I mean, you're my neighbor. You're only like 2 hours, 3 hours to the east of me. But again, my region, right? Because I'm a field baby. Okay. This would provide stability to Monterey County farm workers, which hasn't been provided under the previous administration. The RNHA supports the farm workers and have heard their voice for an open line of communication with immigration agencies. And their request, this is what the farm workers want. This is what the farm workers want. Their request for support as they pick America's fruits and vegetables.
And a lot of people will not understand how important this Central Valley is to the world, bro, and the people that work these fields. And yeah, AI might come in and take some of these jobs. And that's also something that you might have to look into to protect, bro, to protect, there's seasonal people that come from Mexico, bracero style people that every 6 months they come and they go home and they're building their beautiful homes back home. And that's okay. That's what we need. We need to protect our land. And the thing is that all these older guys, politicians, all these guys in Monterey County, they don't have the voice. People think that the internet, look, ladies and gentlemen, the internet is so powerful. You can get.
You could say the internet won the presidency for the current president, but go ahead.
For sure, bro. Barron won the presidency for Donald Trump. He told him, go to TikTok, go to Joe Rogan. He knew what people were tapping into and with the community. And a lot of you guys might say, who cares about the farm workers? You have that right if you're a citizen to say that. But let me tell you guys something.
No, no,
We
we don't like
care.
when people
We
say that.
care.
We don't like when people say that.
We care about our people out here. We care about our people out here, man. We care about our people. Every morning, you guys might live. You guys might live in areas where, dude, we smell the fruit. We smell the dude, it's beautiful when the seasons change. Like we see the mountains. We're surrounded by mountains, man. Like the Central Valley is a beautiful place. And I know it sounds ugly to say that, Mikey. Like they got that right, but at the end of the day, in America, you got that right, man.
No, it don't sound ugly, Cabron. You're almost right now. You're giving us a commercial, the Central Valley, how beautiful it is.
It is, bro.
You're like majestic and
It is. It's beautiful, bro.
no, no. Of course, everyone loves their area. We love our region. Hey, let me read the last sentence of this initiative that is on the 210 ballot. Again, California witnessed such a dramatic shift. The state is no longer blue. The state now is completely purple, like Barney or like Indica. It's purple, cabrones. And so, in order to be in positions to move the needles and make changes, we got to have these tough conversations. The last part of this initiative that me and Ms. Chicano too put on a table, which District 5 Central Committee, Karina Power said, we're hearing this on 210, because I said, Karina, they everyone wants our vote. Oh, me estoy calentando, man. Everyone wants our vote. But for the first time in history, now that we have the power of the internet, the power of our voice, we're not going to give that vote away no more easily. We're going to make these cabrones tooth and nail earn it. And propaganda is the last thing that should convince you who to vote for. You need to do some research, but let's read the last sentence. We, Mike and Christine, will be a voice for all Monterey County farm workers as we bridge all voices in unison towards an understanding of community stabilization and cooperation with state and federal agencies. Now, let me about that last statement. That could rub some people the wrong way. Do you think the farm working community should cooperate with state and local agencies?
There needs to be order, Mikey. There needs to be order all the way around. People think that when the country there's order in the country, everything's bad. Everything prospers when there's order. Like there's less crime, there's less sickness, there's less stress. Right now, you know how many people are sick and because of stress? You know how many people got cancer because of stress? You know how many people are sick out of their minds and depressed because of stress? Like we need to come out of this, bro. We need to come out of this and yeah, we should comply, bro. Like I'm not saying like obviously there needs to be boundaries, man. You know,
Mm.
but if you have an attitude of just no, 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 bro, you in the wrong place, man. You need to get with the program. You need to get with the program, man. We trying to make America great. We're trying to make our area great. Make your city great. First of all, make your family great. Your wife and your kids and your household great. And then move on. That's how we make a difference around here, you know? Of course, we want to have an opinion. Most of these guys that are saying that, well, WAP, like, dude, do you even got your house in order, bro? Do you even got anything in order, bro? Like, come on. A person that's calm and understanding has been through a lot, bro. And like I said, man, my life has died like 3 times. I already I already did so much in life. Like, I don't got time to waste on nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not here to argue with you guys. Even if you're aggressive, like Nino America, he's a he's a what do they call him from Texas?
He says, Nino America says, deport them all. He says, ice, ice.
Longhorn. He's a Longhorn. He's a Longhorn, man. He has some Longhorns.
What do you think about those statements? Someone saying,
It bothers me, bro.
deport
I
them
ain't gonna lie to
all
you.
and ice, ice, baby.
I'm not gonna lie. It bothers me, but realistically, it doesn't matter what I think. He has a voice. Realistically, everybody in the chat might like if he was in front of us, like apagalo, get him. Like no, 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 no. He has a voice. Being an American is being controversial, bro. Being an American is going against the grain. Being an American is voicing your opinion. That's what I learned in a town hall meeting. I was like, bro, really? If we understand what we're doing here, like a lot of us don't like each other, but it doesn't matter, bro. We have a voice. A lot of people have a voice. You might have a hip hop voice. You might have a controversial voice. You might have a triggering voice. You might have an encouraging voice. You might have a prospering voice, a leading voice, a leadership voice, but you got a voice. And it's going to take us as men listening to one another and trying to guide each other to bring the best out of us. Okay, you might need that controversial voice one day. You might need that prosperity voice one day. You might need that voice over there. You might need that aggression over there. We all have a piece of the puzzle to this pie, man. And it's going to take all of us, bud. It really is. I know that it hurts to hear deport them and this and that. And honestly, it should have happened a long time ago, and the government has been lagging, and the government has been stealing from the people that are not here properly, like documentally. Like they also stole from them, bro. Where's all the money? Where's all the taxes? Like there's so much to it, man.
Now,
Everybody could.
Cholo Trucker, what do you think about Cholo Trucker made a controversial statement? He said, man, he said, if you're just here all the time complaining, shouldn't you want to be deported?
I think Cholo Trucker could say how he feels because we're gonna hear what he got to say. But one thing that he did say is like, if you don't pay taxes, you got to go. But my brothers and sisters, I say this respectfully, Trucker Cholo, real Americans don't pay taxes, bro. The real people that are up there that understand the game and understand American way, that's when you become a giraffe. That's when you become a giraffe. Like that's what this country, they there's levels to this. And I respect what you said that day, but I was thinking about it. I was like, did he have a point saying that on a blue collar level, respectfully, which I'm a warehouse worker, bro. I work at a military warehouse, bro. I'm proud of it. I serve my country the best I can moving boxes, and I'm proud of it. My mom worked there, my aunts worked there, everybody worked there, bro. And I'm proud of it. I like working there. I could work at Tesla, I worked at other jobs, but I actually like what I do. But if you don't pay taxes, you became that guy. Like, we want to get to that point. Like, having a podcast, Mikey, you could probably like elaborate on this. You could sign this off, rent this room, deduct it from your freaking paycheck. Like, dude, you don't have no idea. I could charge myself for even being like on my own channel. Like, I'm gonna charge myself $100 an hour, and then this room $500, and it's not scam. This is what Americans do, bro. They
I'm gonna give
find
a plug right now. You just reminded me of something. I'm gonna give a plug because there's not a lot of people that give super solid, real financial information. My boy from the Midwest, invest with Ace. He's the individual you just said. I niveles. We will get to this. I could expound on it, but I don't feel right now is the time. We're gonna stick on immigration, the field workers, and what they're feeling and how we can help them. But like when you said I niveles, I deal with a high clientele of investors that divert taxes.
I bet, Mike, you work in Monterey County. The houses you
All of
sell,
them
like,
do. They divert paying
yeah,
taxes.
I want to
But
divert all my taxes, bro.
someone will say, "Do you see? He didn't pay taxes."
Yeah, they don't understand.
So that again, I don't want to go over people's head. We're not talking
Yeah,
about that tonight. That's a whole nother video, my
that's a
brother.
whole
But
nother subject.
do you think the farm workers are in danger right now? Or do
I
you
believe they
think
are.
they're
I
they're
believe they are. I
or are
believe their
these
families, and
alarms a little exaggerated at least? A little.
I think that they're feeling like racism from people, like when they go to work and they're loading up in vans, like they're probably feeling something really ugly, and maybe 9 out of 10 of them are not illegal, but they're still feeling that as farm workers, you know. Maybe that one is and that nine ain't.
Now,
But
I don't want to gloss over that because that's really important that you said that. A lot of the contractors here in Monterey County haven't added any new workers for a long time
I
because
bet.
a lot of people have already been in those positions for a long time. And so there's a misconception of a
Yeah,
large influx of farm workers that one, their citizenships, immigration status is questionable, and two, that just got here that are filling in positions. No, that's not happening.
that's true. But and a lot of thing. Another thing is that people think that everybody that comes from Mexico like don't got no money, is poor, and some of them might be under the circumstances. But Mexico is one of the countries where people own like 90%, 80%. You guys in the chat are the 12th man. They own their home. It might not be a home like out here. They might not have the debt we have. They might not have this. But but I think that Trump is gonna help Mexico eliminate a lot of stuff that they can't deal with, bro. And I think it's imagine if Americans when they were like, I want to go live in Mexico, bro. Like imagine that, bro. That'd be crazy. I love the sunny state. I love California. Maybe one day I'll move out of here. But immigration wise, farm workers got a lot to worry about, bro. My heart goes out to them. And I've been in my feelings most of my life, and I fought so many battles that weren't mine, but this battle is still ours, man.
And
Us
again,
in the sense,
you're referring to not not every farm worker. I mean, you're not referring to all of them because I was just alluding to the majority of them have been here a long time
yeah,
and
yeah,
have
they
been
have.
installed in these positions. So there's a group, whose immigration status is questionable
Yeah.
that are looking over their shoulder. I don't want to make it seem like we're saying both of our counties,
No, 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 no,
is
no, no.
100%
I think that those
in
people that are
that's not
illegal
what we're saying. There's a
should get
group,
yeah, I think the
1 out of
people that
10, 1 out of
I
10.
think the people that are illegal have to go through the process, whatever what they're gonna have to go through. But I also think that the people that are hiring them have to go through a process and dealt with too, because they know, bro, they're taking advantage of people, and when you take advantage of people, you need to be you need to be dealt with too.
You need
Like
to
they
be
know
lawyered up.
they know. Like I know somebody in this valley that does the booking for big old company that like has a lot of farm workers, and she tells me we pay them great. They go back home every 6 months. Like there's no like there is good jobs out here for those people. And I used to go to Alaska, bro, and go work on the canneries, like a lot of a lot of places like that. Like you need foreigners to come in. I'm not saying foreigners because there was a lot of Filipino people that went out there. I worked on Dutch Harbor. I worked in these places. I don't think Alaska people work in those canneries, bro. Like the Central Valley is one of those places. You bring people to harvest, and it's okay, man. There has to be a better system, but everybody's been taking advantage of the system. The illegal immigrants and also the business owners, bro. I mean, at the end of the line, at the end of the day, that's what's been happening. And Trump's gonna clean house. Yes, he is, man.
I've been preaching this from the mountaintops, man. We're bridging the gap between this stigma that the razas only field workers and cut grass, and then over here there's business owners, and that the raza can't be that. That's why we're having this conversation. That's why we're having this
Unknown
transparency
caller.
in order to be able to get to the bottom of certain things. All right. So we got a caller that's coming in right now. I was just trying to read that comment that was there. Caller, you're live on Chicano Street. What you got to say?
Hey, what's up, Chicano Tube? I can I spill something real quick because I think my perspective is a tad bit different.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure, brother.
Okay, so I comprehend everything old boy said. I could tell you right now that I was born and raised in Brawley, California, and for the first 7 years of my life, I literally would go in out of Mexicali. All we would really have to do is keep your head out and say American citizen, and you'd be in and out. And I would be at the fields with my parents, multiple babysitters, the whole 9 yards. You see the cuadrilla, you see my dad made it to my ordomo. And it was like a proud moment. They were illegal.
Yeah, you're a field baby.
Yeah. So, as time went by, one thing we don't really recognize is that side of the spectrum of the child. You see, I wasn't raised by my parents, and they didn't know what to do with me specifically in the realms of education, the school system, and everything else. The time wasn't there, so I was raised by the government. And like old boy said, we try to find our identity through the streets. So one thing I did was reach out to the streets, and many group homes, juvenile hall, jail, and eventually prison later. There wasn't too much to really be proud of. And for a time, I was proud of who I was, but at the same time, I recognized the struggle. And I don't blame them due to the fact that you come here blind pretty much. Nevertheless, there is a structure that should be met if you're just gonna tener niños aquí y regarlos en todos lugares.
Yeah.
You just bang someone, have the kid, and let the government raise them. And then have, that confrontation of, well, you were born and raised here. You know better. They did not teach me credit. They didn't teach me any morals, anything great in value. They didn't teach me how to live. So with this whole debate and debacle of, get the immigrants out of here and et cetera, all this other stuff, I like who I am now. I've changed a lot. And thanks to my wife, my beautiful family, I am very happy.
That's right.
However, I do recognize the flaws within that structure. And I wouldn't want any kid to come here into this earth, specifically here in the United States, from immigrants and go through the trials and tribulations that I went through. Because of my mindset, I was the only way to get out of the struggles I was in. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering, and most of all, just un perro que ya se graduó. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, bro.
So I kind of agree with the get them out of here structure. Let's start America new. But like old boy was saying, this isn't the feelings department. Because I do feel that. So I'm kind of in the spectrum in the middle.
Okay.
And I do live here in Tracy as well. I know exactly where old boy is.
That's right.
So to be honest with you, everything's an illusion. We got to love each other as... Okay, here's how it goes. You got to love those who love you back. You got to create your own images. Keep the family value, the morality, and the structure to strive forward to motivate others as well. Everything else, like he was saying, is stress.
It's stress, bro. It's
and
stress.
we will become an infection because of it.
I grew up in a massively blended family, man.
At the same time,
sorry to interrupt.
I agree to disagree as well.
That's right. Gracias, caller Tracy, by way of
Thank you so much, buddy, for sharing your heart, bud. It takes a lot to share your heart.
Thank you.
Hey, buenas noches. I appreciate you, cabrón.
Can I say something, Mikey?
Absolutely.
Look, guys, you guys that are out there and you might have a strong opinion and you might not feel the way we feel, and that's okay, brothers and sisters. But the reality is that the world is changing. The world is changing, and we're never going to forget about our farm workers and the culture we come from, because this is going to be a thing of the past in the future. You know, I got two kids, a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. One's a sabo and one's a no sabo.
Risky business.
Ay, Dios mío. Get Risky on the line, man.
Risky business.
Jay,
what's up, my brother?
Texas, you're live on Chicano Street. What you got to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Risky business. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Enjoying the conversation?
Yes, sir. Tapping in.
Ojalá. What do you disagree with? I know you got something, cabrón.
Yeah. First of all, man, I got a nasty feedback, but I'll work through it.
Oh, okay. I hear you loud and clear. You got anything on your Alfonso? No, ¿verdad?
Loud and clear, buddy.
It's on your side. Just turn your stuff down and just talk into the phone. Dale.
Yeah. No, I got you. Well, tonight is one more example of why I say that Chicanos are confused. And I've told you that in the past, Mikey. And I'm really not joking, bro. That's just an assessment that I make about Chicano people. And what it seems like tonight is like you guys are trying to serve two masters. Because I'm not sure about Alfonso, but you, Mikey, you know, you guys voted with your wallet, remember? You guys didn't vote based on feelings.
No apologies, cabron. Go ahead.
Right? So you guys knew what the policy was. You know, you guys knew the mass deportation policy. Right? But you guys voted that way anyways. So now to say that you guys feel for the farm worker or for the illegals, it really serves no purpose. Because you voted your guy in. The guy that wanted the mass deportation, that's what you guys voted for. And
No,
we
voted for order. We voted for order, my brother. And obviously we want to prosper. This is a nation of prosperity. You know what I'm saying? We voted for order, bro. We don't want no families destroyed. But you know what? This has been delayed for too long, man. And we don't have no control on what's gonna happen. We don't. You think that we want to smile and be happy and clap our hands? Some might, bro. I'm not gonna tell you that I am, but I'm telling you, I'll tell you the truth. I'm happy that it's gonna get organized and strained out, man. About time. I don't.
Risky business is saying cry him a river because of who we voted for. But continue your point. I want you to finish your point.
Go ahead, Risky. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was just the point that I was trying to make right there. That it seems like you guys are trying to serve two masters. The wallet and then the feelings, right, which contradict each other.
What master do you serve?
But what's that?
What master do you serve? If you say we serve two masters, there's only two, right?
I serve myself.
You're the master, then, right?
Right.
Dale gas.
But so to what I was saying, that little paper that you typed up, Mikey,
the
like
initiative.
For transparency, bro.
Yeah, the initiative. It's called an initiative.
Like one more.
It's the only way to get heard. It's the only way to get heard on an agenda. But go ahead.
What more transparency do you want than Tom Holman saying that everybody that's an illegal's got to go? So I would respect it more if you guys just kept that stance, right? Like, don't be wishy-washy with the gente. Because if on one live, and this is why I say that Chicanos are confused. Because if on one live, you're going to say, oh, this is my flag. I love this flag. You're going to kiss it. And you're going to bump that Mexican corridos and shit like that. You know what I mean?
I was bumping Chalino before this.
Go on. Let him finish his point, man. He's exposing us. Go ahead.
But if behind walls, you know what I mean? You're about corporate America. So even that's serving two masters. You guys want to represent or speak up for the farm workers, but really you represent corporate America.
I'm going to give you my answer, and then si se puede, probably give it to you off the line. That way there's like a little bit less feedback, but I want you to finish your point. Wait, go ahead.
No, that's it. Well, that's just, okay. I'm just pointing out the confusion in the Chicanos. You know, I can see right through it, bro. I can see right through it.
I'm going to give you my I'll give you my answer off the phone, cabron. Go ahead. And you're
but that's it, bro. You know, just keep that stance of, you know, just deport them all. I don't know what transparency you want, like I said.
Yeah. Well, let me answer that.
Maybe now.
I'm gonna answer that. Before I'm gonna answer off because it's a longer one about two masters and deportation and caring about the field workers. But on what was the last point that you said?
I I don't know, same shit that I was trying to make the point
I know. There you go.
of that you guys are confused. That you guys are confused because you guys don't represent the farm worker. You guys represent
Yeah, I
corporate
got that.
America. Even by saying about taxes, that taxes, that it's okay if you don't pay taxes and shit, and then try to justify it.
We're growing, bro. We're growing. We're growing inside of America. Like if you don't grow, if you think that there's no opportunity in this land and it's against you, you have the wrong mentality. But you have that
All
right,
right.
brother.
Then let's go one by one. Then the serving two masters. Okay. Ya cálmate con eso, güey. The mass deportation. The mass deportation. I am not for someone that is following law-abiding citizen
No,
trying
no.
to work every day to bring food to his family, getting up at 5 a.m., working 12-hour days, has not committed a crime. I'm totally against that person getting targeted. Mass deportation. You want to talk about Tom Homan and Tom Homan's very controversial statement where he said, are you going to separate families? No. Well, how are you going to avoid that? It's easy. Deport them all. That goes for people that have immigration statuses that are in question. Is that the majority of the farm workers? Absolutely not. Now, he's saying that who I voted for and me helping farm workers is contradictory. I say to the contrary. I say Mexicans by nature are very family oriented. We love children. We're hardworking, ethical, and principled people that a lot of people make memes about how hard we work. And I take that as a compliment. Some other people might get offended, but if you're not raza, I mean, we already went through that. I don't think that's contradictory. I think we have to go always, every single presidential election or term, with he or she, whoever it is, that's going to help us. I don't think that's contradictory. It might change in 4 years. I don't think so. Right here, the rumblings in California is that in a few more elections, this will go from a purple to a red state. Now, if
Oh, for
you're
sure.
if you're like, well, like I heard Lefty one time say, well, of course I vote Democrat. I'm raza. Well, those are kind of stigmas that we're kind of lifting, And again, I believe risky. Wouldn't you want a boss at your job that is going to put more money in your pocket and create a better quality lifestyle for your family? Or would you want a boss that, hey, maybe he gave you a gift card every once in a while, but he wasn't going to do that in the long term? What boss would you want?
I guess the question is, what kind of boss would I be? Because I'm my own boss. And I would just, speaking about, being conservative, for example, with the abortion topic, and I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to make a point. When we say, well, our jefitas would say, ¿cómo que vas a hacer eso con el niño? No, dámelo a mí. Well, if I ask myself that question, my jefita would also tell me, you know what, mijo? You come from these people, look out for your people, y no te vendas, güey. So that's how I answer that.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I had my jefita, rest in peace, man. She was very special, obviously, to me. And she was one of those jefitas that, she wasn't a disciplinarian, man. More of an enabler. Apapacharme was like that unconditional love that ahí estamos en el pinche cuarto cleaning cohetes and bullets, and she's coming in with milk and cookies. I mean, serio, that's the kind of jefita that I had, you know what I mean? But she wasn't a disciplinarian or anything like that. So different, right? As opposed to my dad, right? My dad was like, I don't know why you smoke or drink. I never did. And then I remember even when I joined the pandilla, my dad told me, you just volunteered about 1,000 enemies. I never did that. Again, he spoke to me very direct and it pierced my heart, but I didn't listen. But as far as that goes, that's another topic, cabron. There's not two masters here. I know you were talking about, what did you say in the comment section, cabron, that it's a European concept. As far as taxes and the Lord, I say the same thing. I'm always going to say the way Jesus came in my life, bro, I wouldn't change it any other way, but that's just me.
And honestly, like even Trump, you know what he said? He goes, I want to thank the Latin community, like 50-something%. But come on, so many Latinos voted for Trump. You're going to say that most of them are all sellouts? Like, this is the time where you have to make a decision of how you're going to identify if you want to go into the future and progress of the country, man. We've been waiting for this, bro. Law and order would do. Imagine if Kamala would have came in, everybody, immigration wouldn't have been nothing. You know what it would have been? I don't know what how you would stand on that, like on that situation. Like we're dealing with two different things, man. And luckily, we're dealing with the situation that should have get dealt with a long time ago. I don't know a lot of people that like are illegal right now, bro. The only people that I knew, like I said, were family, never got a ticket in their life, are gone. You know, and is there people fear and scared out of the van full of farmers? Maybe one, you know, but they're all getting recognized.
That
Maybe
No,
one,
no, no.
bro.
I don't know about that.
No, we're in a region that has the most field workers in all California. These two counties,
My numbers might be off.
us
I'm sorry,
two.
but I'm just
No,
saying, bro.
my numbers aren't off. We got the most farm workers in our two counties than anywhere else in California. So when we get firsthand information, hearing it from the farm workers, it's believe us, cabrones. But Risky, finish off any last points.
No, yeah, I'll finish up with this because Alfonso said there that he voted for law and order, right? I guess alluding to the fact that he didn't vote for mass deportation, right? But Trump has said repeatedly the reason that I got voted in was because he was gonna be tough on the deportation shit.
Mm. And that was
So
that
you
was
can
the
say
first executive
you
order.
voted for this and that, but he's saying the opposite.
I know we had a disagreement before, my brother, but I truly believe that there's terrorists coming into this country, bro. I truly believe that. And I know you might not agree with it through the cartel system. And some people look at that like a leadership of Mexico and something to admire and to look up to, you know. But when you grow, when we're growing up already, we're 50 almost. We want law and order, bro. We want to be protected. We want to be in a safe place, man. And kids not dying around us. My grandkids not dying around. I want to be a grandpa. I want to have a life, bro. Like I already wasted so much of my life, bro. Like years and decades, dog. And I'm not playing two cards. I'm not playing God and the farmers, bro. We're from California. We're from the Central Valley. This is our heartbeat, bro. You have no idea. This is not something that we're trying to use for publicity. We wake up every day to this, bro. We wake up every day to canastas out there in the big old car, the things where they pour. We see those things every day, bro. Like this is a part of our history in our lives. Cesar Chavez, all this, like this is a part before it was an American flag, ignorantly, like it was the Huelga bird flag, bro. But now it's America first, and we do want to make the blackbird great again, the Huelga bird great again in our section. You might not understand that, but Mikey does, and we're gonna try to do our best in our sections,
Yeah.
whatever you need me for, Mikey,
It's a
to
new
try
movement.
to.
It's a new movement.
It's a
Exactly.
new
Hey,
movement,
Risky
bro.
Business.
Yeah, I
Are
get
you
it, bro.
for open borders?
No. Listen. I get it, and like you said, you have that right, bro. Right, because you're looking after your American people. You're not looking out for the Mexican gente.
Bro, my grandmother
Them
was
don't care about the
my grandma
Mexicans.
was a farmer, homie, and she died of cancer, dog. She died of cancer when she was dying on her deathbed. She told me, hijo, cuando estaba piscando chabacán, estaban bien mojados de químicas. Yo creo que vino de allí. And I'm looking at her and I'm just like, if I would have had my grandma for an extra day, bro, an extra day, you don't know how many people have been sacrificed in these fields in all this situation out here, bro. There's been kids that have been born deformed. There's been families that have been wiped out in this system out here that we live in, bro. You might live in big Texas and you've been in your situation and around certain kind of type of politics, but this is a different ground over here, man. And I understand that it's all the same in a certain way, but this is, I don't know, Risky. I respect what
Risky's
you say.
open.
As an American, bro, that you might not claim
Risky's
to
open
be, as
borders.
an American that you might not claim to be. I don't know if you claim to be an American. I still respect your opinion, bro.
Let me ask
No,
Risky Business this though. If someone is not pro open border, they don't support the raza.
if someone is not
Yeah, if someone
pro
is you
open
like
border,
you, it sounds like you want open borders. It sounds like we shouldn't stop anyone
no,
or
definitely not.
oh, you're not.
No, I'm not for that.
Oh,
Not.
are you Megan?
How do you put one with the other?
We're not trying to pull a fast one on you, brother. We know that you have a strong opinion, a very controversial
Yeah,
opinion all the time.
Last one on them. I'm trying to pull the carpet on them.
We know we still want to hear from you. Like
I
talk
got
on a
them
ground
already.
level. We can't wait to the
Everything
next
goes
meeting,
down,
the
man.
townhouse meeting. We can't wait for that again. You know, bring Nino Brown, the Longhorn tiger over there. You know, the Longhorn tiger, and I want to learn from these guys, man.
We're gonna
Like,
do the second town hall meeting, guys, after the February 10th agenda that I have scheduled. We'll talk about that right now. Risky, hey, I appreciate your voice again. You got a
Risky.
voice, cabrón. I appreciate you
You
calling.
do got a voice, Toro.
You guys have buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Cuídate mucho. God bless. All right, you guys. So it says the first caller is right. Illegals have kids and don't teach them anything because they work all day. Kids take care of themselves, and when college comes, they are lost. It's crazy. Or they get caught up in the system. Like he said, he had also been caught up in the system.
The first caller, bro. He had a lot of insight of the truth of the border, and we have a lot of the same stories, guys. We do. Our first generation born people here, we have an identity, culture, cholo, gangs, California, thug life, selling, hustling. Oh my God, there's so many strings to this world that we come from. But we're grown now. What are we gonna do from this point on? Are we gonna evolve? Are we gonna go giraffe and stretch our necks and see far? Are we gonna help the ones that would never have a voice? We're not gonna forget about them, bro. Hell no. I'm with you, Mikey. What you're doing and your wife, dude, you are a minister level and you're still doing this. Like, dude, anything that you need from me and support and when in your campaigning,
Yep.
I'm rocking with you, dog. Like, I'm with that. Teach me. Sometimes I feel like you're talking out you're way out of my league. Like I'm out of your league. Like, I don't even know what you're going into a politician like conversation. And I could learn a lot from you, man. And we could all learn, and we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree, guys. But let's be civil. Let's take the freaking blows of the conversations and punches,
Yeah,
and then go past that and see what we learn from each other.
so that's what we're doing right now, man. Just to wrap it up with some context on that initiative that I'm proposing, and then right after that, we'll do the town hall. So it's going to be a few days after. Maybe it'll be on that Friday. I got to check the calendar. I know Valentine's Day is coming up, but we're gonna do it right after the initiative gets heard for the field workers. So this is what we're doing. We're organizing, gente. We're organizing. That initiative that we put up comes straight from the heart of all of the raza and all of the people. And it's basically going to open up communication because this is what the raza
Si
wants
se
to know.
puede.
Puede, cabrón. They want to know who's being targeted, what are the practices, etc. And then talking to these contractors and these owners out there, there needs to be clear understanding because even these contractors, they don't have peace of mind. They need these answers as well. These contractors and these landowners on how are these things, going to take place. Just communication needs to be open. That way there's no question marks and people don't need to get led astray on the phone. So we're organizing. I've already got a few hundred that are waiting for me to get a venue.
That's what I'm talking. Si se puede.
I've already got a few hundred farm workers that said, Mike, just let us know. Of course, it's going to be in Spanish, the venue. We're going to talk to them about bridging this gap, stabilizing the communities, providing long-term security that no one has talked about for the farm workers. And it's going to take boots in the ground. But me and my wife proposing this initiative are going to do it. We're going to spearhead it. If I need anything, I know I can count on mi hermano from Ceres, California, right here. Si se puede podcast, my brother from another mother. I appreciate your time again, hermano. Last words of the night to field workers on what they're feeling, to the chat for their involvement, to the callers that called in, to your subscribers, my subscribers. Anything you want to say, hermano, the floor is yours.
First of all, I want to thank you, Mikey, for allowing me to sit down with you and have a conversation with you, man. I've been around a lot of leaders and public speakers and pastors and leaders, and you're such a dynamic duo, bro. You and your wife. I'm so excited to see it's gonna unfold. To the chat, my brothers and sisters, look, if we don't evolve, man, if we stick with our same state of mind, we lost. We lost. We don't want to lose our core. We don't want to lose our soul. We don't want to lose our heart. We don't want to lose the roots. We're rooted in this. But we got to understand, man, we're going to be the ones that have to have that sacrifice of changing our hearts and changing, like going forward into the new America. Times are changing. If you're out there and you're down and out and you don't know what to do with your life, keep your head up, man. Pray to all the subscribers that tapped in, that watch me on my channel. I got a small channel, man. Thank you guys, man. Thank you, Mikey, everybody on your channel. Thank you, Risky, for being honest, bro. I would hate for you to lie to me, bro. I would hate for people to lie to me. Let's be honest and take that honesty. This is not, honesty is not disrespect. That's your honesty. And I respect it, bro. I respect it. You know what kind of tug of war I have to. You call out my me being Mexican, homie. You call my me being a Mexican, and then I got American Nino calling out my Mega, and then I got the Chicanos calling out my Chicano, and then I got my Christianity calling out my Christianity, and then I got the farmers and the Central Valley calling out my Central Valley, bro. It's rough, and then I got a family, bro. Like, let's get out of our emotions. What matters? We've been in our emotions our whole life, bro. They ain't nothing good there. They ain't nothing solid there. There's passion, but passion can destroy you sometimes. Let's elevate, get on a giraffe neck, and let's make America great again, guys. Let's make America great.
That's right. My brother Alfonso Oni64 says, what does evolving consist of? I think it consists of looking at the mistakes and errors that were caused by our forefathers, learning from them. That's why anyone that needs wisdom, ask of God, the Bible says. We need to seek wisdom, not knowledge. Knowledge will get you to a certain place. Wisdom gets you longevity. So everyone's trying to do a short-term fix, instead of establishing communication between the two. That way we understand what they want. There has to be some kind of negotiations. And here we are. We've evolved now. We're not making the same mistakes. So that's what I'm talking about. And we got a voice now. It's not a neighborhood voice. It's not a city voice now. We got a regional voice now. I'll be putting out more videos, more content, because now I feel, I spearheaded this thing. And I'm going to see this thing all the way through, whether this is just, a seasonal thing in the off season, or it's a series that we got to stop until there is stability. Only God knows. Through my heart, I'll be listening to him. But the last words I have, mi hermano Alfonso, Ceres, California, by Maya Modesto. I appreciate you, hermano, for your time. My area, your area, the richest history of the United
Central Valley, baby.
Right here.
Sí se puede.
This live. There's no more richer history for the United Farm Worker than us two connecting. So we appreciate your time, everyone in the chat as well. Mi hermano, si se puede. God bless you and God bless the family. Everyone that tuned in, go back and watch the replay. We answered some questions. There's a lot to talk about, but the next town hall is going to be after February 10th. That way I have an update. And I will need anyone that wants to participate to RSVP with me ahead of time. I don't want to leave anyone out. So you got to RSVP and want your Hollywood squared out. We're out, you guys. It's Wednesday night, mi hermano. I appreciate you, Alfonso. We're out. Remember what we always say, mi beautiful linda raza. Hug on your family. Love on them. Slow it down. Smell the roses. All you got is the memories, not your phone, not your laptop, not your tablets. To the farm workers, we love you. We care about you. We're here for you. And we haven't forgot about you. And we're going to push until there's security and stability, and try as much to debunk all this propaganda that's coming down by being with you. Not these phones, but being in front of you, and you can see it, how it affects the local community. Mi hermano Alfonso, I appreciate you. We're out, you guys. Remember what I always say? In the end,
all you have is the memories.
All you got is the memories.